Good Saturday afternoon to you folks. How you doing out there? Well, I want to make this little video to give you kind of an update on what I've been trying to do here for a while. As some of you know, I have had some videos up here trying to get a analog capture device for my computer so I can put VHS tapes and 8mm video tapes and convert them to video. So what I had done is I bought a Firewire PCI express card, put it in. That works very well on my mini DV camcorders, so I have no problem copying DV tapes into the computer. It works very well, and no drop frames because I got it into my Windows 7. So I believe it was Carl that gave me the link to that. I want to thank Carl for that. Now, the other issue is I've got 3 mini DV camcorders, 3 or 4. Anyways, I've had them for quite a few years. None of them will do what we call a pass-through. In other words, you plug in your audio left and right, stereo, and your video 1/8" plug into the camcorder and hook the other end to your VCR, and then you hook your Firewire cable to your mini DV camcorder, and it's supposed to capture. It doesn't work. And from what I've been reading on some older videos, I think the Canon, which I don't own, is the only camera that'll do that. Now, Steve, one of my viewers, gave me a Sony Handycam. I think it's a TRV 17. Don't quote me on that. I think it is. That won't do it. I have a Panasonic DV103. That won't do it. I have a JVC GRD 244 camcorder. That won't do it. And one other one, which I'm going to have to get rid of because the sound keeps cutting out and the video is breaking up on every tape I try to play in it. And I ran a head cleaner through it 4 times. That's the most you can do. So I'm going to have to get rid of that because it's not working. So let me show you what I've got and how I've got my system hooked up here. Because I wanted to share some old stuff with you people. I don't have a lot, but I do have stuff on 8mm video, and I have stuff on VHS tapes, but I can't convert them to digital. The only way I can do it is to play the VCR into my DVD recorder, my standalone Magnavox, make a DVD of it, then take the DVD and put it into the computer and rip it. But the ripping programs, we went through all that before, the ripping programs will only rip the entire DVD. You can't rip sections of it. Handbrake, can't figure it out, never could work right for me. So I got more problems than a one-arm paper hanger with the crabs. This is my very first mini DV camcorder. I bought this. It was it's an excellent camcorder. It's got better quality. It's a Panasonic. Don't quote me on the exact model number. I think it's a PV DV103. I do know it's a DV103. The side view no longer works. The ribbon cable broke from opening and closing it so many times because you got the play button inside here. Anyways, I got you see the big thick white wire is the Firewire, which is going right into my computer here, and the one below that is my analog, and I keep losing these barrel connectors so I don't have the right channel hooked up, but it should still work. And I had to put Pinnacle Studio 12 in here because Windows Movie Maker does not have a capture feature. It only captures from a webcam. So this works very well as a capture. I don't use it for editing because it keeps on crashing on me. But I use it as capture, and then I can take the video file, which is AVI in this case, and put it into Windows Movie Maker and go that way. So what I'm trying to do is, this room is a mess, so you have to excuse it. This is a 8mm video. I bought this at Bernie's. Business place is long out of business. This is 8mm videotape here. Okay, this is what I was using before I went to mini DV. So right now it's still playing in there. We'll eject that. This cost me like $400 when it came out. I had to make payments on it. There's a mini. This is a 8mm video, analog. So I got this. This is the output. Okay, so what I did here is I got this hooked up to this Panasonic, and this Panasonic, I got an extra large battery on it. This has been sitting for a year or more, and the batteries hold up really well. Aftermarket battery. I bought it. Look at the size of that battery sticking out. But this is a nice little camcorder. Okay, this is a JVC GRD244U, I believe. And it is newer than that Panasonic. That Panasonic PVDV 103 I bought in 2004. Worked very, very well. This one I don't remember what year I bought it, in 2006 or 7 or something like that. But anyways, it has, if you look in here, I don't know how well you can see that because I can't get too close without being blurred. There's a Firewire, and I believe that's the one on the right side. On the left, that's the audio video for your analog, and on the top right is the power. Anyways, this camera here also will not do what we call the pass through. In other words, you have to have a tape in here, and then it'll copy the tape on through Firewire into the computer. But you can't put analog into here. It don't work. So this one will not do it either. Here is another JVC. This is the one that's messed up and it breaks up. The sound keeps cutting out every tape I put in it. And they're getting lines in the picture a little bit. Not much. Every time the sound cuts out, the picture just like jitters a little. I don't offhand know the model number. I can't read that without my magnifying glass, but it's a mini DV also. It's got the screen on the back, so I always call it the JVC with the screen on the back. It's no good. I don't know, it was used a couple of years ago. All the batteries, of course, were dead, and I had to charge the battery up for this. It's got head problems or something. I can put my ear up against it, and I can hear a click, click, click. So something's wrong in here. I don't know what it is. I can't work on these things. So this one, I'm afraid, we're going to have to just forget about. But anyways, even though the tape didn't work, it's got the video. What it is the screen comes up like this. Here's your Firewire plug right down in there, and on the front you got your audio, video, and your charging port. So this don't work as a pass-through either. So nowhere in the instructions does it say that this will work as a pass-through. In other words, you want to take an analog signal, feed it in here, but you don't want to record it here. You want it to pass through, come through the Firewire and onto the computer. So I'm going to show you now what it don't do. You're supposed to put it onto VCR, in other words, player. You can hear the computer recognizes the software. And this is all activated here. In other words, if there was a tape in here, I took the tape out. If there was a tape in here, all I have to do is push capture. It would show here, and the wheels in here would show the counter would start counting and everything. But you have to have a tape in here. If I just take and play this tape, alright, so the tape is playing now. Normally you should be able to see it here or in the viewfinder. I can't open the side screen because the ribbon cable's broken. Been broken for many years. But normally you'd be able to see the video down in here. And it's just a blank screen with a little indicator telling you no tape. In other words, it needs a tape. So you can't use this as a pass-through. Any of you guys out there that have camcorders that are capable of this, you'll know very well what I'm speaking of. So Panasonic, at least this model, does not support it. All JVCs that I have do not support it. So, from what I understand, I think the only one that will is Canon. I'm not going to go out and buy a camcorder just to do the pass-through. And Sony that I got will not support it. The Sony that I have, that I got from Steve. So, you can't do anything with these except the mini DVs. Here's a mini DV right here. I have no problem with any of these cameras taking the tape and putting it in the computer. I have no problem with that. But most of my stuff is already on video from these tapes. What I'm trying to do is to copy 8mm video, and if I can get that to work, I can hook a regular VCR onto this and do the same thing. So that's what I'm up against now. Okay, this is a TRV-17. There were some other letters before that, but I don't recall. I'd have to look back underneath the bottom of the camera again. But anyways, this is the one Steve gave me, and the batteries are dead in it. So, but I had tried it on the power, and it too will not work as a pass-through. Not in the best of lighting here. On the top is the USB. The one second down from the top is the Firewire. I think the third one's an earphone. The fourth one is S-Video. And the bottom one is supposedly audio and video in and out, but it don't work as video in. In other words, I cannot put my analog source into this and have it come out the Firewire. And the red one, I think, on the right side here is a microphone input. So, although it's a nice camera and it works very well, it will not act as a pass-through. At least wise I couldn't get it to do. So, anyways. So, with all these camcorders that I've accumulated throughout the years, you'd think one of them would do it. Oh well, story of my life. Anyways, I thought I'd just throw out this video to you all. And I'm just wondering, just kind of like get a little feedback on this without confusing me too much. Guys, don't confuse me now about sending me to all kinds of drivers and special expensive things and stuff. I'm just wondering if any of you out there have successfully used a mini DV camcorder through Firewire and an analog pass-through. And there was a channel I used to watch years ago called David's Farm. He has a Canon, and he was able to do it, and that's what gave me the idea. But I don't own a Canon camcorder, so apparently Canon, and certain models of them anyways, mini DV camcorders have the feature where, like I say, you can feed in analog without the tape in the camera and have it come out the Firewire, go into your Firewire card and into the capture software in your computer. But for some reason, my cameras don't support that. And like I say, I'm not going to go out and buy a another damn camcorder.
Another damn camcorder. Another damn camcorder.
Just to do this. It's just not worth it. It's so much trouble for me to get something that works right that I just get frustrated. I just give up on it. You know, it's the same way with video editing software. They're too confusing, the complicated ones, and so I don't use them. I use something that I can understand. And as a result, my videos are not all that spectacular. What little stuff I have on tape, you got to remember, I don't have a lot. I don't go back that many years with things, with the video stuff. So there isn't all that much, but what little I do have, I'd like to get it onto digital format so that I can put it on YouTube if need be. Well, anyways, that's all. That's all I've got to say. I just may take this video down after I get some information.
If I get too confused, I'll take it down.
Don't confuse me, guys, please, as it doesn't take much to confuse this old goat. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.
If I get too confused, I'll take it down.